So, what a week behind us, at least at my place. So, I decided to make one reasonable Fatip Friday fight. Unfortunately, I don't guarantee that I will edit this video in time. But anyhow, for the comparison purposes, the test blade will be Willys. First, we have the regular open comb Fatip razor. Many of you asked how does the open comb compare with the Fox or the slanted Fatip head, and I did one sort of comparison video in the past, but it was with Fatip Piccolo. Now with this version, I think it would be more side-to-side comparisons, and just take a look of this exposure. To me, it looks magically. So, on the other hand, Fox Fatip open comb slant. Same dimensions, same weight, same materials, no differences. I think that slant version is just a little bit more expensive. But when it comes to shaving results, I must say slant version really bought me on the first run when I used it, and probably when it comes to Fatips, the slant one would be my go-to razor. I will just lightly wet the whiskers. I have maybe, I don't know, 2-3 days of beard growth, and I preloaded my Yaki Night Emerald shaving brush. As you can see, really nice small green diamonds inside. So let's just quickly lather up so we can do the Fatip fight comparison. When it comes to Fatips, I must say that although my first impressions were quite positive, especially because they are handmade in Italy, in European Union, made from brass. So material wise, it's the same material which is used for doorknobs, all sort of handles, staircase handles, so it is pretty durable. By nature of material, it has some antibacterial properties, which makes it a perfect choice for safety razors. It's also not super expensive. It is a bit softer than stainless steel, so it is easier to machining. Less prone to any rust, degradation. The only bad thing which can happen with a brass razor is that due to copper content, it could develop that greenish patina, you know, like the Statue of Liberty, which is made from copper plates. But this patina actually acts as protection. So when it starts developing patina, do not throw away your razor, because this is the exact moment when it is completely protected from environmental conditions. So maybe it won't be the prettiest one, but most certainly it will stop all sorts of degradation, because this is just a surface reaction to oxygen from the air. Plenty to go for the second round. And let's do the comparison. So, left side of my face will be Fatip Grande open comb. Very nice razor, In the beginning I was very thrilled with it. It works fantastically with all sort of razor blades, even the poor ones. I will keep repeating that comment as long as I'm making shaving videos. Unfortunately, I don't remember who said it, but Fatip razors are the place where all blades go to die. So, for this cause, I decided to go with the Willys, which are okay blades for 2 or 3 shaves. You will get 10 plus 1 in a package, which is excellent option. I think I got mine as complementary blades, so I cannot discuss the price ratio. But one thing that I can assure you is that I pretty much loosen the grip of Fatip razors. It feels a little bit heavier now when I switch the hands. So first things first, with the slant version, it could be a little bit difficult to perform some contouring, alignments of the sideburns. If you want to style your goatee, then slant probably won't be such a great option. But as you can see, it is leaving a little bit of more leather residues. And when it comes to cutting, I barely sense the blade. So it is very, how to say, balanced. The length, the weight. In Grande versions, I absolutely adore every single bit of Fatip's. But the slant seems to be much more gentler on the skin. It seems as much easier in scooping that flat growing whiskers, while the open comb feels just a little bit more plucky. Yeah, definitely feels a little bit lighter. Maybe it's just some micron level difference. And I see on my skin that standard open comb is a little bit more pulling the skin. But as said, I pretty much loosened the grip of Fatip's. I'm holding it very light. So basically I don't have any particular issues. I will just re-wet the fingers so I can inspect. Yeah, it seems as less leftovers on the right side. Here I can do sense a lot of them. And the neck is superbly clean on this side. So I would say that first pass around really went onto slant side. I see two pimples which are showing, so I will do my best to not to bleed them. And I just had to add a little bit more water in leather because this yaki brush is very dense, although the knot is pretty small. But when you whip the leather, it will become very pasty very soon. So let's go for the second pass. Open comb on the other side. A very light touch. Slightly leftovers, but very minimal, trust me. And I would say that Willys blades are one of the best paired which I had in my Fatips. I had a lot of appraisals for Astras, for Permasharp's treat, of course, all sorts of treats. But this one is also wonderful. I must say I didn't expect that, because with Fatips you never know what you will get, but once again, just to show you, perfectly even on both sides without any wiggling, so my guess is that mainstream blade manufacturers maybe went with some equipment upgrades. You know, maybe they had different punching molds for the razor blades, while Indian blades are still using old technology, which was compatible with Fatips. Because otherwise I don't have any explanation why Indian blades fit Fatips so great. This pass is very smooth. I'm sensing almost no feedback, no cutting sensation. And yes, I noticed this vapor. Thank you for noticing. Now on the second pass I did had just a little bit more of blade feel from Slant. Who would say? Yeah, definitely smoother on Fox side. On the neck, I would say it is matching after the second pass. So the Viper is stopped. So I would say that the only discomfort in a regular open comb is that it is pulling skin a little bit. So if you do not hold it with fingers, I guess that this Viper was caused mainly by that pulling and jumping sensation. Well, this one is cutting effortlessly. It's also much better at scooping the flat growing whiskers, as you can see. So I would say that this trouble spot, although it looks a little bit irritated, it is actually a little bit closer shaved than usual. So I would say that this is just at the price of design. Again, splash of Elliot just to disinfect and see the burning. Equal on both sides. It's not that I'm not sensing anything. I do feel a little bit of that, you know, healthy burn, but not so severe, and certainly not enough so I could really spit on these two razors. So let's switch the hands. So I would say this is, well, it is my father's razor, so we could call them father and a little bit twisted, crooked son, as we all are. So I hope you like this comparison. If you like Fatip's, or even if you don't, if you just like brass made razors, if you're willing to spend between 13 and 25-26 euros for them, I would say this is hell of a razors. So thank you for watching, stay tuned with Wicked-Whiskers, and see you in the next videos. Bye.